Amazon's Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, Star Defense series, race swapping. A lot of people speaking on behalf of Tolkien. I don't know if they understand the spirit of Tolkien.
I don't think they understand Tolkien. This is supposed to be kind of like a history of England and everything around there. So if you haven't noticed, yeah, none of us with this much color were around there back then.
A lot of rain.
Like, I'm sorry, this is just really dumb to me. This would be like trying to make a history of like the Aztecs, and then you try to bring in different people that from like Asia. It doesn't make sense, right?
Right.
Why would you do that to something that's supposed to be based on England? It doesn't make sense.
Well, people need to be seen. It's the Super Rings of Power. Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's an
yeah,
English mythology.
these people don't understand it. They don't understand Tolkien.
And you saw what Gary shared the other day, right? With that this was at Comic Con, and they're talking about bringing in a different kind of representation into the mix. Let's see if I let me know if
I
you can hear it, Lily.
did see this,
Did you hear this?
unfortunately.
So many of us in the LGBT community.
You saw this one? Can you hear it?
Turn it up a little bit more.
Okay.
I can barely hear it.
Okay. Hold on. Here we go.
So many of us in the
You hear it?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
LGBT community see ourselves in Tolkien's writings. Any chance we'll see ourselves on the show?
Maybe you have already.
Ah, shucks. So many scoops.
So many.
Wow. Yeah, that happened. I mean, guys, if you guys can't really, I mean, talk about honoring the Lord. The man was a deep, devout Catholic. He wrote this as a mythology, like a love song to the mythology of England, and everything. You just want to put everything in the kitchen sink. You know what? Also, he didn't have in there. He didn't have no techno representation. You know, when was the last? Was there any disco beats? Really, DJs aren't represented in Token.
It's just really sad. I don't understand people nowadays that they need to see themselves in all of these projects to enjoy it. I was in high school when I first got super into Lord of the Rings and like read all the books, watched the movies. I didn't need to see anybody that looked like me for me to be able to feel what those characters were feeling. And I don't understand now why everyone's like, what I don't see myself in that. Why isn't there a person that looks exactly like me? Why is it This is a fantasy, first of all. This is something that's supposed to take you out of the real world. So it's kind of like in video games. The very few that I've actually played, I never make the character look anything like me because that's boring. I want the character to look a little bit different than me. And if it does look close to, if I do want it to look kind of like me, it's still really, really different. And I don't understand these people, how they can't live their lives without having to see an exact copy of themselves on screen. And they dropped the ball on it anyway because they told us that that elf that you just had on the screen, he's a Latino, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But he's black. So that doesn't represent me because I'm not. I'm not a black
What?
Latino. So how are you telling me that, oh yeah, Latinos should be able to see themselves because we have this actor here? I don't, because that doesn't represent me. I'm not a black Latina. So where's my representation if you want to get picky to that point, right?
Right.
So yeah, I think that's why that's stupid. You can't please everybody. You can't represent everyone. You're telling a story, and the right people will come to your story and enjoy it. Like, stop trying to change other things. Oh my gosh, it's so annoying.
It's so annoying. But you know what's not annoying? It's Midnight's Edge Raid! Woo! Welcome,
Everybody.
Midnight's Edgers. Olaf, ¿qué pasó? We got Sanders. ¿Qué pasó? Got Boo the Great, Black Man on the spectrum. Where's my representation? That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
I'm on the spectrum. They didn't. Why aren't we on the screen? Well, I think we are. We just don't know it. We're in the background. Are we the orcs?
And then as for this, like, why do you need LGBTQ representation? Like you said, he was a devout Catholic. I'm sorry, but you don't need to be represented in everything. Like, I'm over it.
It's over. Yeah. You wanted to say something, Polly?
Hey, what's happening? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear.
What's going on, Midnight's Edge, Midnight's Edgers, Midnighters? It's good to have you, everyone here. Yeah, I just want to kind of just go with what Lily was saying. You know, oh, sorry, baby. As I crush one of my dogs.
Oh no.
He's all right. You okay? Really fast.
Dogs like that's the wrong kind of representation.
Yeah. If you look over my shoulder there's a poster of my one of my lead characters of my fantasy novellas that I'm writing, and Lily's absolutely right. You know, it makes no sense to have anything other than what was written in these fantasies. You know, write your own, create your own. I'm doing it, and guess what? Just because they happen to be of a certain background doesn't mean that anyone who's not from there can't be seen in those stories. You know, I'm picking from all the Mesoamerican lore, but kind of like jumping with time and all that fun stuff because I want to. But it's not about, oh, look at my skin color, look at where I'm from. It's using those lores, those characters from the Mesoamerican past, and making them just really interesting and doing something really different with them, like what Tolkien did. Tolkien wanted England to have its own mythology, its own lore, and I think that is wonderful. It's beautiful. We all love it. We all love it. It is lazy. It's a lazy sickness now that has gone through Hollywood. It's called race swapping. And it is excuse me. It is just so damn lazy. If they really cared about representation, then they would create all brand new mythology and lore. They're all there. Every culture has it. It's so yeah. And I'm just I just wanted to add to that. Lily's right on the money, and I'm seeing in all those characters. I'm Aragorn at sometimes. I'm Frodo sometimes. Because the things they do and the courage and the cool stuff and and the sadness, whatever. That's how we're all together on this. But I just wanted to touch on that, and I think I think what they've done is totally demeaning to Professor Tolkien's work, and the fact that for decades it's brought people of so many backgrounds united together as fans of his work. Ishmael, he's a good actor, but not in this. That's all I'm gonna say. I like his work in other movies, but he needs to shut the F up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. And all right, have fun, boys and girls. Thank you, Midnighters.
Oh, and get a copy of Polly's book. Boom, there it is. Put the link in the stuff. Get a copy of Polly's book, and it's available.
$9.99. $9.99.
click on the link right there, and boom, get a copy of it and witness the creation of a new Tolkien. And,
Yeah, I mean, it takes all it takes is some hard work on the creator's part, and people from all different backgrounds, they'll see it, they'll see the work, and they'll judge it whether they like it or not. That's a whole different story. But it's much more of a it means more than a race swap. That's a whole different argument that me and Lily can also have on how Hollywood is just so full of it, that if they really wanted representation, we know how. We got the answer. But anyways, go on. I just wanted to throw that in there. Take care, everybody.
All right. Yeah, Emerson said, literature is universal. No need to change it to fit each and every reader. We can all relate to human history. And Kiko says, too lazy. They want to hijack established IP to push their agenda. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's just you want to take something that's already created, and then you want to jump on their bandwagon. Like Paulie said, he wanted to tell a story. He created the story. Nothing's stopping them from making gay elf stuff. Like, have at it. You could
It's just that they don't want to continuously put the work into it. Like if you were to create an entirely new original superhero, it might not catch right away. It might be years. And what these people want is to take something that's already been established, to create it into something that they want to do, so that they don't have to wait and put in the work for anything. That's what they're doing with Star Wars. They want to insert all of their stupid agenda into it instead of creating their own thing. They have to hijack it and put in all of their stuff into it. Like the High Republic, why do they need to do all that stuff into it? Like, you go and you see, I guess, the comic books and the books that they wrote about it, they have so much stupid stuff in there that in the Star Wars universe doesn't even make sense. Like how they have the non-binary twins or whatever. Like, have you seen how many species exist in the world of Star Wars? And some of them, I'm pretty sure, are genderless. That makes no sense.
Aliens?
That makes no sense to me. And you're talking about the future, where I'm pretty sure things are a little bit different. And I don't think that's their biggest concern at the time anymore, when you have literal people like Palpatine creating empires that want to take everyone over and kill them. The last thing you're thinking about is probably sexuality and gender,
right,
and things like that. Because to them, I don't even think that really matters or exists in that world. Because if I'm pretty sure there's people that are shapeshifters that can shift into different genders.
Imagine that. Shapeshifters.
Was a character like that in the Clone Wars. So this makes no sense to me that in the Star Wars universe, they would care about things like this. And like I said, there's different species. There's different colors of skins of these different species. Some people have a bunch of fur, like the Wookiees. Why would you want to put that stuff in there? It makes no sense whatsoever. And George Lucas said it himself. If anything, the ones that are getting discriminated against are the droids.
Right.
And like, no, these people don't understand that they don't want to work for it. They don't want to create their own things. They have to put it under the umbrella of something that's already really popular. And it's annoying. And that's what happens. That's why Star Wars is at a point where it is right now. That all the actual fans, we feel like this stuff sucks now.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the sad part, because we want to have fun with everybody else. We want to have a vivid discussions. Last night we were with Paulie and Vex and Max and the DA, and everybody was arguing about Deadpool and Wolverine, and we were all having a good time and arguing with each other about this thing and that. But that's what you want. You want that fun. You want to be like, nah, Eldron, see, he didn't come back at this time. He came back at this time, and then but those are the fun things to argue about. You want to argue about, like, was the dragon, supposed to eat that writer or not. And it's like, wait a minute. I think it's sad that those kind of fun conversations are what we want. We want those fun conversations. We don't want the drawn out political conversations, that really do nothing.